The canceled story of the Jedi Trilogy was to be a trilogy, obviously, of novels written by Christine Golden. The story would have taken place sometime after the conclusion of Fate of the Jedi and possibly, I think, also Crucible, and would have focused on Jedi Master Jaina Solo, the daughter of Han Solo and Leia Organa Solo, or Leia Skywalker Solo, if you want to call her that, and focused on Jaina Solo's husband, Jagged Fell. The series also would have featured Talia Vila. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. The former love interest of Anakin Solo, who died in Star by Star, which I'll get to in a way later video. Ben Skywalker and Elena Solo, the daughter of Jason Solo and Tenel Kai. Yeah, I'm not good at pronouncing these Star Wars names most of the time. The story got canceled indefinitely when the expanded universe was revamped and whatnot, and I'm kind of curious now of what could have been, what this story would have been about. Like from what I could gather, just from one picture alone, was that it takes that eventually there's an event that takes place on Coruscant. The Senate building's on fire, or there's a explosion or something, and there's a bunch of red lightsabers. So I had to think, wait, is it the Lost Tribe of the Sith? Because they fell apart after Fate of the Jedi series. So is this like a faction? Is it Abeloth reformed and preparing for her strike against humanity once more? Her vengeance against the galaxy once more? There's a lot that could be said what the storyline would have been about, but from what I've just gathered, like I said, it's a bunch of red lightsabers, a Senate building on fire, and probably taking place on Coruscant for a bit. It was to be published by Del Rey Books and take place in the Legacy era, kind of obvious. Um, but I would, but this was also, I think, to serve as a big push for Jaina Solo to be that new big face of the Star Wars universe and the expanded universe, at least, because when you really think about it, regarding Anakin Solo, Jason Solo, and Jaina Solo, all three were supposed to be big names in Star Wars. Like Anakin Solo was supposed to be the face of Star Wars and the New Jedi Order, and then George Lucas said, "You can keep the character, but could you change his role because we already have an Anakin. His name is Skywalker. There's a prophecy, all that." So they had to kill. So they killed him off. Then there was Jason Solo who got Anakin Solo's desired role, and he became the reason why they won the Yuuzhan Vong War. And then he turns to the dark side, and then he's killed off, and there's no redemption for him. Well, there is, but he's very small, and his legacy's forever mixed. And then Jaina Solo was supposed to take that throne, take that top to the throne, and then the expanded universe gets canceled. So it's not likely to be a Solo, from what I've gathered. Unless you're Han Solo, Leia Organa Solo, or Luke Skywalker, who are protected fiercely by George Lucas, since he didn't want any of them killed off in the expanded universe, which I've explained in my New Jedi Order series video, Vector Prime. So it would have been interesting to where the storyline would have went. From the picture alone, it gives you some details of what could have been. But I think this also would have helped also prophesize the whole Sword of the Jedi thing that she was given, because she didn't know what she was going to do with it when she was given that role, according to Luke. And then she started realizing it after killing Jason Solo, aka Darth Caedus. And then she started to realize her destiny. So I think obvious from the title alone, it would have expanded upon that and probably given her some closure on that, and then revolved around Jagged Fell and her having a family one day. And then I would also be curious about what was Ben Skywalker's role, what was Elena Solo's role, what was Talia's role, since all of them were supposed to be in this book, in the series. And I felt really bad for Talia since she never got that happy ending, because Anakin Solo got killed off and then all this misfortune happened, which I'll talk about in a future video. Ben Skywalker, he was barely developed like they did with Fate of the Jedi and Legacy of the Force, but after that, there was nothing left. And Leia Solo, she just got her start, and they were starting to do something, and they prophesized something that was going to happen to her, regarding some throne or whatnot, and that never materialized, so we don't know what the heck was supposed to happen. Well, everyone, this was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.